afternoon and happy Monday. Today is the 15th of August and as it is Monday, it is my weigh-in day. So I am coming on to talk about how I've got on week 2 of my weight loss journey. So I'm going to start off talking about sort of the foods I've been eating and tracking my calories and how I've got on with that. So this week, obviously being the second week, I just preempted that it was going to be a little bit more difficult than sort of like the first week. I think the first week, you know, you've got a load of sort of motivation and just fire to go, and I just kind of in the back of my head I was like, it's probably going to get more trickier sort of the second and the third week. And then I feel like once I'm into more of a routine with it and I start having consecutive losses and things like that, I will just get into the swing of it then, and sort of that will push me and motivate me to carry on and go further. So this week had with it some challenges, as it was my first time having to sort of socialise and eat tea and stuff outside of the house, because on Thursday we went to Jim's sisters and brother-in-laws for tea, and then on Saturday our lovely neighbours came round and joined us for a barbecue. Both occasions sort of like presented their own sort of like diet hurdles, if you want, or new lifestyle hurdles. So first of all, on the first occasion when we went to Jim's sisters, what we was eating was totally out of my control. I couldn't exactly turn around and be like, oh, by the way, I only want a chicken salad or whatever, because it's incredibly rude. And I sort of asked prior to, on the morning, what we were having for tea, just so that I could try and work it into my calories and make sure that I wasn't going to be going over, and just sort of preempt what it was. So we had homemade Jim's brother-in-law is a fantastic cook. He is incredible. So I knew that it was going to be really, really yummy, whatever it was. But he'd made a homemade quiche. So although some of the things were quite calorific, they were made like without additives and like fresh homemade things. So that's a benefit of it, I suppose. But yeah, quiche and salad, and then he had some homemade pizzas that he'd done that I didn't know was being brought out. So I ended up choosing the smallest piece of quiche that was there, and then loaded my plate with as much sort of like cucumber and peppers and salady bits as possible. And then I had 2 pieces of pizza, and the first one was very, very small, so I'd probably say that was about half a slice. The second one around a normal slice. So I did put 2 slices into my NutriCheck app, and although I tried to gauge it as accurately as possible, there is absolutely no saying that I don't know absolutely every ingredient that, you know, Jim's brother-in-law used to make them meals. So I did my very best at navigating it. And the other sort of like decision was whether I was going to drink or not. So I decided I would just stick to water on one occasion, and I'd have a couple of glasses of wine on the other. So I thought, because one of the food choices is completely out of my control and I'm not cooking it and I don't know what's going to be involved in that, I'll not drink then, and then I'll save my couple of drinks of wine for when I'm cooking, and I can more monitor the overall sort of meal. So that's how I played it, and I actually think I did really, really well, because I think sometimes when you're in social situations it's very easy to just kind of go, oh, okay, this is this, so I'm going to maybe have an off-track day or eat some more than I normally would. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you do that, it's totally fine. There's no sort of wrong or right way. But I just think, as it's my second week and I'm really trying to get into a routine, I didn't want to use it as an excuse. So that was my thought process is. But obviously this is a lifestyle change. And another thing is, I kind of started to feel a little bit sort of panicky about eating outside and somebody else being in control of what I was eating. And I thought, I've got to get to a place where it doesn't matter whether, you know, where I'm eating or who's cooking for me, that I feel confident and comfortable enough to only eat like a normal sized portion and not overindulge. And yeah, I need to get to a place where I feel confident and comfortable to do that. And I think that's part of this whole sort of like lifestyle change business. It's not just a diet. I'm not doing a diet for like 2 months and then I just, you know, go completely off the wire. So I suppose I sort of used it as a bit of an opportunity to test, not to test, but I feel like the more times I do allow myself them opportunities, the stronger that will get when I am socializing. So I am going to just grab my week view in calories so you can see, and I'm so happy that I have managed another full week on track. There was a couple of days where it was very close to potentially going over. On Thursday I had 9 calories remaining and Sunday I had 4 calories remaining, so they were like very close on the borderline. But all in all, another week fully tracking and obviously on track every day, which I'm super pleased with. As I said, a little bit of ambiguity about Thursday. I did my best, but to be totally honest, there is a very high possibility that I did have more calories, but I did my best to track it and I tried to overestimate as much as I could, but there's no like exact way of knowing, especially when these things are homemade, and you know, the person who cooked the food is just so good at cooking, he doesn't use recipes. So it was just like it would be a nightmare to try and work it out. So I thought, I'm just gonna estimate it, and it is what it is. I can just do my best and that's all I can do. So like I said, yeah, slight ambiguity as to whether Thursday was on track or not, but hey ho, we're not going to sweat it. So in terms of the actual foods I've been eating, I have been really enjoying mozzarella, just like fresh mozzarella and tomatoes with basil and balsamic for my lunch. Oh my god, I've been adoring that. I have been just eating sort of like lots of salad. I've been really enjoying sort of kebab style things cooked on the barbecue with a nice big salad. I also yesterday on Sunday had a chicken crown, and I ended up just having like that with a load of carrots and a load of green beans, and it was a very delicious. One of the other things that I have been really enjoying is obviously my protein shakes, and I did get a comment from Dawn, hello Dawn if you're watching, who said never replace breakfast or lunch with a shake. You can get a lot of protein from foods and it only takes 5 minutes to prepare. Now I get that. I get that, you know, there's lots of protein in foods. I do tend to have lots of eggs and lots of chicken, cheese and whatever, but I really enjoy protein shakes, and I guess that's what it is. I'm not doing it because I'm thinking, you know, this is a quicker way to lose weight, or it's not any kind of like it's not necessarily a meal replacement, if you will. I know that you can use them as meal replacements, but I just genuinely really enjoy them. I really like the flavour. I like how they make me feel when I drink them. I feel like I am satisfied and I feel energized. And it's really handy and easy and very convenient. it literally takes me probably a minute to whip up a protein shake. I have a blend, a Breville Blend Active. You throw all of your ingredients into the bottle, pop on the blades, pop the bottle onto the blender, blend, pop that off, pop the lid on and go. So it's so super convenient, and it's absolutely in no way a replacement for a food, because say for instance I come downstairs and go, okay, I'm gonna make some breakfast. This week, one of my breakfast, I really fancied some something warm, and I was craving some eggs and I was craving some carbs. So I decided to make a hard-boiled egg pitta. Now I wouldn't go, oh, I'm not gonna have that, I'm gonna have the protein shake. So I just wanted to clear that up. I didn't want anybody thinking that I was unnecessarily restricting myself. I am a huge foodie, I love food, I wouldn't do that, it's just not gonna happen. But yeah, I do love protein shakes. So yeah, in terms of like my overall food, I've definitely been eating sort of an abundance of vegetables, fruits, plants and lean proteins. I have had a couple of sort of lamb skewers or beef steak skewers, but I've been trying to keep those types of meat to a minimal and have lots of sort of like eggs, chicken, turkey, you know, that kind of thing for my protein sources, and obviously protein shakes, almond milk. I'm trying to think if there's anything significant I need to say about food. I have been having a lot more cravings than last week, which I did preempt. I did think that it was coming. I'm also just gonna have a quick drink of this, which is the Morrison's peach sparkling water. It's really yummy. It's such a treat, it's so delicious. Yeah, a couple more cravings than normal. I actually had a really great conversation with Laura, one of my very best friends. I love her very dearly. She also makes videos like me at Laura Fat to Fit, and we had I'll leave a link in the bio to Laura's channel if you want to check her out. But we had a really interesting chat. We do tend to do this sometimes, where one of us will sort of like say something and it'll just spark this huge, in-depth, fascinating sort of like conversation about weight loss or food or exercise or anything sort of like on that topic, and it's just it's always very inspiring. And I was having a bit of a moment where I was thinking, I just want to, I knew that I wanted to eat for the sake of eating, if that makes any sense to you guys. I was sort of craving some oatcakes and some hummus, and I knew that it was a craving and not true hunger, because I kind of looked at my calories, because I'd input my dinner and I was gonna have this really sort of lovely big dinner, and I'd popped in like a dessert for after, and I had about, I don't know, let's say 68 calories left. And I was thinking, okay, well that's plenty to have like some cut up cucumber and some peppers and some tomatoes, even maybe a little bit of like cheese or something. And I didn't want that. And normally if I am hungry, I will devour like raw pepper and tomatoes and cucumbers and stuff. I would absolutely devour it. So it was interesting that I wasn't wanting that which was within my calories and things, and it was also quite close to when I had eaten before. I do think it was just a craving, because when I came away, I came up to my office and I was talking about it to Laura, and once we'd finished the conversation I was not bothered. In fact, I felt really full. So I think it literally was just a craving. But that was interesting. I mean, I know there is still sort of things to navigate and things to sort of delve a bit deeper into in terms of emotional eating, or just like eating for the sake of it, or food cravings. But think in terms of this week, I have definitely tried to listen to my body a little bit more. When I have been craving something, I have the next day sort of like looked at that. There was one day where I think it was that day actually where I was craving the oatcakes and the hummus, and I kind of looked at that day that I'd had, and I was thinking, well, is there anything that could potentially be the sort of reason why? And I'd not had much carbs that day, so I thought, okay, well the next day I'm gonna make sure that I have a little bit more carbs and see how I feel. So that's sort of my approach to it. But in terms of what I've eaten, I obviously had a piece of quiche with some pastry, and I had a couple of pieces of pizza on Thursday. But you know, team that with everything else I ate that day, which was all perfectly like what I sort of aspire to be eating like, and the fact that I didn't drink and I tracked, you know, all great things. Definitely nothing to be upset about. So yeah, overall I think a good tick where food is concerned. And now moving on to my sort of movements, moving on to my activity level and sort of exercise. So I'll just pop in on screen so that you can see, but I am so pleased with this. Obviously on, so just a little, you know, for your information, the green circle on my Apple Watch is my log of my 30 minutes move goal a day. So every single day I want to complete the 30 minutes move goal, and then on 3 occasions throughout the week I want to be doing something a little bit more challenging, something that gets your heart beating a little bit faster, something that's making me sweat a bit more. That could be anything from a bike ride to an hour in the gym, or you know, that kind of thing. So I completed my move goal every day bar Thursday. I think I did 23 minutes, which is just shy of my 30-minute goal, but I didn't meet it, so that's that. But every other day I did. And I also have done quite a few. Let me have a look at my workouts. Now then, Saturday. So a Tuesday I went to the gym and I did a good old workout. Wednesday badminton, Friday badminton, Saturday went to the gym, and Sunday I had a pool swim. So I'm gonna class my two gym sessions and my swim as my like 3 extra workouts, and then obviously the badminton and my other things as the 30 minutes. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, I have done pretty good with that. It's not as good as last week. Last week I did complete them every single day, but I'm not gonna get caught up on the fact that, you know, I was just shy of my 30-minute goal one day last week. And in terms of my fitness, I went on a bike ride today. Went on one this morning, and I did, oh, my battery is flashing, so I'm gonna have to go find another battery, but I'll see if I can finish up this this section. Yeah, so I went this morning and did a 20k ride, and it was much better than any of my previous rides that I've been doing recently. I was going around 15k an hour, and yeah, I didn't have to stop. I didn't have to get stopped once, whereas usually on the last few rides I've been having to get off and push myself up the hill with my bike. So yeah, that was super. So I'm definitely noticing an increase in my exercise, which is really good. I'm gonna go see what Jim wants and get a new battery. So my dinner is pretty much nearly cooked, so I'm gonna try and wrap up the rest of the video. So yeah, as I was saying, fitness is going really, really well. I'm definitely noticing an increase in my stamina and just overall fitness in general. I think I'm definitely feeling more inspired and just like I'm wanting to move my body more, which is good. And I think I'll just move on to my weigh-in, which is the main purpose of the video, I would say. So last week I weighed in at 15 stone 5, and I believe that was a 3.6 pound loss from the previous week. And this week I have weighed in at 15 stone 4.6. So it is a loss. It's a very little loss. It's a 0.4 pound loss. And I am really happy with that, because actually I was sort of jumping on and off the scales throughout this sort of week, and I was just maintaining, and I was like, what's going on here? Why are you not going down? So I don't know the ins and outs of why it's just a teeny tiny loss, because obviously I'm aiming for 1 to 2 pounds a week. I did actually look at my calories really quickly, and because I was just making sure that it was making sense, the deficit wise, because I think I could be a little bit wrong here, but I'm pretty sure it's 2,500 calories a week for a 1 pound loss, which would make it 5,000 calories for a 2 pound loss. I'm just gonna quickly check that. So in general, if you cut out 500 to 1,000 calories a day from your typical diet, you'll lose about 1 pound a week. Oh, okay, so 3,500 for a pound and 7,000 calorie deficit a week for 2. Now, my BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate, is very low. It's very low. I think just generally it is quite low, and I think also sort of like I've not really done much to help myself in terms of trying to up that. So I think I need to sort of like look at methods of increasing my BMR, which is the energy your body naturally will burn. So if I didn't do any, I think my BMR at the moment is 1,350. So if I didn't do any activity, I just sat down at a desk all day, didn't get up to brush my teeth or anything, I would need to take 500 calories from that in order to lose just 1 pound a week. And obviously that is unattainable. It's under 1,000, so that's not happening. So I have to, the activity level has to offset that difference in sort of energy. I hope I'm making sense. I feel like I'm rambling on. I'm trying to be quick because Jim's dishing up tea, but yeah, so I think I might just have to look into that a little bit more. Maybe start doing some weight training, building a bit more muscle, because the more muscle you have in your body, the higher your BMR is, because muscle burns through fat a lot quicker. So yes, maybe that's something I need to look into, or just maybe doing a few more intense workouts throughout the week. I don't know. I'm hoping that it's just because possibly on that Thursday and on that Saturday, although Saturday I tracked, like, and pretty sure it was perfect, like there wasn't any inaccuracies with it, but on Thursday there's the potential for it. Also on Saturday I had a beer and a couple of glasses of wine. There's lots of studies to suggest that alcohol slows down fat burning from the liver, so potentially it's that. I don't know. I might have lost more and it might just not be showing on the scale. However, I'm very happy with my week. I'm very happy with my week. I think I am doing really well at carrying on tracking every day. My mindset and focus is still there. So yes, I am going to try my very best to film a bit more this week, as I know that I haven't been filming very much this week, and I do want to document this journey as much as I can, so I will do my very best to do that. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up today's video here, and it's been a lot for me. Oh, actually, really quickly, Nicola, my lovely Nicola, has decided that she is also weighing in on a Monday, so that really excited me massively because I really love the fact that she's also weighing in today. I'm yet to know what she's weighed in at because I've been so busy. I haven't even had a chance to pick up my phone. It's now, you know, 6:20 and I'm only just getting round to filming this. So Nicola, I'm very excited to see how you have done today, and if anybody else wants to join us at weighing in on Monday, and we can just sort of keep track in the comments and let everybody know how we've done, it then builds a little bit more of a community and we can support and encourage each other, which I love. So thank you so much for watching today's video. If you have not yet subscribed, please do, and I'll send you all the happy vibes. And until next time, I hope that you stay happy, healthy and well. Love you all. Bye bye.